worked together on The Order, and we made a film together. And we had a really fantastic experience, and we worked together very well, but we also, I like to think, became friends. And you know, relationships are at the heart of this crazy alchemy of storytelling and filmmaking, and it just seemed right that we were all suddenly on the same plane, and they shared with us, my production partner Ben Jackson and I, this idea, this concept, and it just was so full of all this potential, bottling this energy of New York that Zach just described so beautifully. These brothers at the heart of it, which looked full of potential for actors, but also I think for audiences to latch onto. And as I've said multiple times, you know, there's also insecurity in this stuff where you think, like, well, I get this. Does anyone else get this? Is this? And so we sort of thought, we really love Jason Bateman. Wouldn't he be great? We said to Jason. Jason said yes. We're like, we're not mad. Okay, Jason gets it too, or at least he sees potential. And so suddenly it becomes a family, and you start to kind of grow this beast, and everyone's ideas are, no one's ideas are foolish, sometimes they're foolish, but no one's ideas are thrown out. And I guess it's, you know, I guess I was always going to play one of the brothers. Initially I just saw it as my role as a producer to try and realise this piece, and then we went to Jason initially and hoped he would see the potential as a director, but he too, or I don't know, somewhere along the line someone was like, do you want to be one of the brothers? And that happened, and you know, that's how these things grow.
Yeah, we didn't know who was going to play what brother.
When he read it, he didn't know, which I love. I think we kind of knew, but I love that he read it kind of thinking, so I'm Jake. I'm the front of house guy. You're the ideas man.
And that was exciting, that they were as excited
it was open.
And trusting that, you know, I could do the part that you don't usually see me in. And so that was really exciting and flattering. And then on the directing side, you know, this is a world, obviously I fell in love with genre, feeling, and aesthetic while I was doing Ozark, and as a director playing with, you know, mood and production design and camera and all that stuff. This I knew was going to be something in that lane, and obviously, you know, Jude's history speaks for itself as far as taste and execution goes, and Kate and Zach, you know, we seem to be talking the same language, and so it just seemed like, you know, let's all jump in and do this together. And I just love the thematics of it, that, you know, we're all trying to, I think, no matter how old we all are in this room, we're all just kind of constantly in this mode of trying to figure out the best adult we can be, because we're all kids, you know, like, you never forget that you're kids, and we're just kind of older versions of those ideals we kind of start out with in our early perceptions of things. And you like a wood house, I like a brick house. Why? Because when you were kids, you either lived in one. Like, you kind of stay that, and then it just becomes older and you become more adult. And these two characters are really trying to figure out what the adult version of Jake is and adult version of Vince, and they've got questionable skills on how to pull that off. You know, Jake obviously has a better skill set at pretending that he's got it together. The veneer is really polished, and that's a really kind of wonderful, heartbreaking journey that he goes on to kind of knock that down. And I won't spoil it for you, but there's a great progression that his character makes into a place of better authenticity. And Vince obviously has his own journey as well. So I like that all of that was a theme inside a very sticky, chewy, you know, bag of money and a gun kind of plot. You know?
Yeah. So